On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, new Christmas event, new banner for Gura Gura that everybody expected, and much more coming to you. Hello, I am one of your hosts, Omega. With me, as always, is Lucky, and it will shock no one to know that we didn't win any awards at the Game Awards this year. Okay, all right. We're live with take two. Yes, we've remembered the Oops All Omega joke, but it's okay. It was... The show wasn't that deep in when I realized something was amiss, so we're starting over.
Alrighty.
I'm glad the cough continuity kept between takes.
God damn it. Ugh.
It's okay, I will still catch that in post.
Yeah. Okay, so forgive me. Where are we starting over from?
I would love if you would read your lovely intro again.
Very well then. So, I hope everyone is enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka But One Cup of Sake. And while we here at Studio Make like to bring you the latest Neptune related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for the JP and EA version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should activate speed mode. You may have less time than you think.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
This means I have to reopen some of my tabs I closed because I thought I didn't need them anymore. But yes, I will reiterate the joke I said in the first take when I didn't realize the audio wasn't swapped back. Because the audio was that way because I recorded a brief short to catch you up on this event because it was launching in the middle of the week and was going to go by very fast. But if you are being spoiled on the new Christmas Lotto event, you may be in trouble because it's not going to last very long. But that does mean our proper order of operations is that I will now remind you this episode is brought to you by our patrons, like Adam DeHart, Black OG, Call Me Zed, Carlos, Dragon, Flightless Iceberg, Jeremy Vasquez, JDV9000, Just the Veg, John Sandwalker, Starlight, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Regent Raptor, Rise of Kenji, Rogue Robin, Sharvor, Sean Pirate, Some Guy Named Bob, and Varian the Crow. If you like what we do and must see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it helps us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
The wonder is when you're a little warmed up. But let me get my audio cue back for our check-in. Everybody's favorite Kohai.
Senpai! 起きてください.
Because it is time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips, and I feel, even in a second take, I feel no need to mince words on this. The pro tip is you have less time to complete the Lotto event than you think. Literally, as of the time you are listening to this, you have technically less than a week. I don't know how the exact timing works out, but it ends the 15th, and I assume that's, actually, hold on, wait, hey, let me plug our Discord again, but we have a news desk feature that gives you the hook. Yes, so it says it ends in 7-ish days, which I am assuming, if we account for the math on the time, is, 7 days and some hours. It's tight. It's tight, y'all. And that's my pro tip. You should be lotto farming like I am right now. But as I hit repeat on that quest, that means we can move swiftly on to Records on the Throne, our regular Chivo topic. It's me this week. So there was an interlude campaign before this Christmas thing. And I had some tickets lying around. I'm not doing anything with them. I threw some tickets, and I managed to get a Galatea. It's very neat.
Woo.
She's not fully leveled yet, because the Lotto kind of, I don't want to say really snuck up, but it does slide in there very fast, so my leveling's a little split between that and the new Martha, so nobody's finished yet, but I'm working, okay?
You trying. Unfortunately, that's it from Records from the Throne, and we're going to move right on over to Not All the World's Evil, but Damn Close. It is me, only me, fortunate or unfortunately. And even though I spent all my quartz and even dropped the big fat $90 for the fattest Pakistan quartz, I got no comma. I cry eternally. But I will take solace in the fact that male comma is super hot, and I really hope we get a costume at some point. It's straight up illegal.
That would be nice. We are repping. Do we have I'm trying to remember if I fucking dreamed it or not.
Dreamed what?
Did we get a summer comma mail draw from Redrop? Did we get another comma interlude, or is that just something that I saw on Twitter?
I don't know.
Chat, I'm sure, will catch me up. Leave a comment. But we can move on to, did you finish your master missions? So, master missions. It was pretty simple this week. I think I finished most of them before the event even started, and you will definitely probably finish some of them when the event starts. Also, there's a Rogue D there. Anyway. You need to perform 30 FP summons. You need to defeat 5 servants. You need to defeat 15 Saber, Assassin, or Berserker enemies. This is not counting certain bosses or servant enemies. Then defeat 15 Archer, Lancer, Rider, Caster enemies. Again, not servants or bosses. Get 2 skill gem or statue drops. And get 4 skill gem or statue drops. So it should be fairly easy to complete by working on the event. And also easy to complete, like, everywhere. Just remember to do the 30 FP summons to try and fish for that 3-star CE. And that's that. That means we can move on to Skelograms, Winter Edition. Somebody in chat earlier said in Take 1, Snowograms.
I was about to say Hallmark cards.
Oh, it's on. That just gives me... This is a good question to ask the people at home watching YouTube. You ever been inside a Hallmark store? I've cruised a few in my time in the days back when malls existed, and it's dangerous in there.
And smelly.
Yes, very much. I wouldn't wish that evil on anyone. Also, Ark, I appreciate your sacrifice making a meme mid-duty. Join our chat and join our Discord and support us on Patreon. You get access to our Patreon Discord channel at any Patreon level, so you can see the many memes here. Oh, God, the Hallmark channel also. Ugh. Let's move on. JP news first. While I feel like our Discord has been a little bit distracted by the Christmas event and the Christmas crunch time. This is also kind of a big thing, though admittedly everybody saw this coming, but Guru Guru Super Goryokaku, want to make sure I don't forget that R in there, Summoning Campaign 3, started the 6th, goes until the 19th, and includes new limited SSR ruler, UESUGI Kenshin, full-blown Kenshin, Kenshin Impact, if you will. That joke's new. So yes, brand new, finally got your 5-star Kenshin, upgraded from Kagetora, though in the ruler class, very interesting. Also, this banner has Shinpachi and Mori Nagayoshi on it, plus all the event CEs you're expecting. Seems like a good time. We will have new servant deets later for a full dive. And I do want to reiterate my shout out just because, art style wise, there's something very impressive about Kenshin sprites. You've got like one that's really long, one that's really tall, and then one that's just normal. But it has tummy. Thumbs up.
Tummy.
Also, it's her biker outfit from the CM is the Ascension 2. But that means it is time to do NA news, the big one, the thing that I warned you all about. Making of a Christmas Party, starting the 7th, going until the 15th. Okay, no, that's very small. So, see, the thing that's added is now that I've remembered to record Luggy's end of the conversation, is now I have to edit out Stellaris yelling. It's fine. It's very minimal. It should be filtered.
As soon as you said it, I was like, I'm pretty sure people can fucking hear it. And now I gotta fucking.
Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, it's. I paused to look at the sound wave be recorded, and I'm like, nah, that'll get noise filtered. That's tiny little baby sound waves. Not sure why it picks up so cleanly on Discord. Anyway, making a Christmas party. I gave a very brief overview in a short that is on our YouTube channel that you can check out. Obviously, didn't do like a full pregame deep dive, but as I kind of discussed to death in the first take, I don't want to linger too long on it. This is an event that requires just a Fuyuki clear. It's very baby mode. I think it is intentionally designed that way, knowing that it's a Fuyuki clear and it's only like 8 days long. And yes, it's a Lotto event and you have 8 days to get it done, including to make sure you get your permanent copy of Caster Martha. But yes, my event summary to this point is, are you a good Scuddy or a bad Scuddy?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that we would turn this event into fucking Toriko here.
Yeah, no, actually, we'll talk about it later because I have a block out for first impressions, but I feel like mostly probably because everybody was sucked into Tunguska, there was like no hype or rep for this event's story when it came out, and I'm like, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is very fun.
Yeah, no, it's like, I wouldn't say it's like overly deep or complicated, but I'm like, oh no, this is great. This is okay.
It's got a few cues that we'll talk about that we've kind of been looking for in an event. Also, you get Food Truck Tarask.
Yeah!
But we do have a bonus servant list, because obviously I couldn't get to that in the 60 seconds of a short, but it's all just damage or bond. You've got all your Santas, all past Santas are included in here, plus the new one. Emiya, Percival, Boudica, Skak Scotty, obviously, Tomocat, Benny Enma, Bradamante, Gareth, Sima Yi, both Marthas, or both previous Marthas, I should say. Nidacris, Kichi Hogan, Raiko, Kentoki, Spartacus, and Dantes. So you have a fuck ton of welfares, and also, while they are limited, really good farming units like Raiko and Kentoki in here to get some stuff done if you need some damage and stuff. Should be pretty solid. We've added Emiya's costume to the shop. His summer costume is now in there, which is nice, though not necessarily weather appropriate, because Scotty has done something unholy to our cold storage room.
Unholy.
Speaking of the unholy Scotty, this is also the event that triggers Scotty's NP buff. And luckily, I'm forearmed with what it did. So this is a rank of our NP to rank EX. So what you get is a added brand new effect, increased party attack for 5 turns, increases by NP level. It starts at 20%, maxes out at 30%. So honestly, for a team-wide for 5 turns, that's fairly good. And the critical damage up that she offered, which is for 3 attacks, 5 turns, also increased. Basically, the ratio was doubled. Before, it started at 30 and went to 50. Now it goes from 50 to 100. That is also static, flat per NP level. So NP2 means you get 25% attack and 75% crit up for those 5 turns, which is honestly pretty solid. So this definitely is a little more rewarding if you end up with an extra NP Scotty. Me personally, I'm not gunning for that. I'm going to spend my tickets to try and get event CEs on the Benny Enma raid up that's starting soon. But the Scotty NP buff was well wanted and I think well deserved, because that is the joke about Scotty is while her skills are, vitally important to the dual Scotty system, her NP was a little lackluster, and this gives you more effects to make NP copies worth it. Because previously the only thing it scaled was that crit damage for 3 attacks, 5 turns. And yes, in case you couldn't tell from that discussion, there's no new SSRs for this event. You've got a Scotty banner now and a Benny Enma banner soon. I think that is technically tonight, but it might be tomorrow because time zones. And with them at all times, you have Emiya and regular Rider Martha plus event CEs, which is, an okay rate up, sure. Those 2 servants aren't on a tutorial drop, but you do get the new CEs. Also, the Lotto event CE is the much-anticipated one that involves Bargus and Gawain for Christmas. So that's a good time. And we have one final news item. Not an official newsy or anything, but this did happen, literally today, as we're writing show notes and stuff, working on the show. The fan translation patch for Fate Extra CCC, the English patch, has released. It is complete. I think that's been in development for quite a long time, and it is out, and it works. Mm-hmm. So, good for them.
Good for them. Alrighty then. So, with that, let's all move straight on into this week's Let's Talk FGO mailbag, the segment where we read what you have to say and comment accordingly. This week, we got, let me refresh one more time.
That's right. We added an extra time loop for getting one more question in. I don't think anybody did, but...
No, we did not. We have 6. Sorry, 7.
Yes,
I lost my complete train of thought there. And without further ado, we'll get through them right meow. The first one comes from Soul of the Light Mode Discord, who says, Dear Keep of the Lore Omega and Keeper of the Wallet, Lucky, that is a complete lie. I do not keep my wallet. I continuously spend money like I'm a fucking idiot. Guys, do you know today I spent $120 buying 4 Guilty Gear games, including Strive and all 3 versions of, oh god, I don't know how it's pronounced, Xrd? Yeah, because I got fucking Sign, fucking Rev, and then, what was it, Second Rev? I bought all 4 games. I'm just like, this is related to the fucking Game Awards, but I saw the fucking trailer for Alpha, and I was just like, wait a minute, I love Guilty Gear. Why do I own no physical games? I had a moment. I was brain blasted. No, Alpha is amazing. That's why I was all like, yeah. And I'm just like, we game, and I'm just like, well, like I said, I've been playing Guilty Gear since Guilty Gear 2, but I usually would play it at an arcade, and then I would rent the games, and then I didn't have the money, a lot of money for for that. But now that I do, and Strive, which is fucking amazing, by the way, is that I'm just like, wait, why haven't I bought this? This is one of those. It's always one of those things. I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. And I'm like, no, now I'm gonna do it now.
Yes, you just get that striking realization of just
do not be a fool. Do not wait for tomorrow what you can seize today.
That's funny. That's the opposite of my fortune cookie fortune. Big fortunes falls from sky. Small fortunes come from saving. Yes, by the way, that grammatical error with the plurals was printed in the fortune cookie.
Also, no, I will not be playing any of you nut jobs in Guilty Gear because I'm going to get my ass beat and then I'm going to cry. Come at me, bro. I am depressed.
And this is the part where we find out that everybody thinks that they're bad at Guilty Gear.
Anyway, going on with this. Hey there, y'all. Something I noticed over the past few weeks is that quite a few FGO tubers are started doing the lore with a capital L. So how does it feel to be a trendsetter? Well, wish you both a happy, merry Valentine's, Halloween, Christmas, Lotto Day.
It's burning through all of them right there.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't consider us a trendsetter. People have always done lore videos. I'm pretty sure there's been lore videos out on Fate like for a while since it's such a complex and interconnected thing.
Yeah, and I call it in Wanted lore with a capital L because that's just an internet thing. The lore. I don't really know where that started, but that's definitely a thing that people talk about with Fate and a few other big franchises. So, yeah, no, I don't know if we are trendsetters or not. It does
some
kind of
people
feel like people are maybe expanding to include a little bit more of the fluff.
And that's good. I want more people to get out there and get in the story and all the little interconnected bits. That makes me just happy in general.
Yeah, if people are deep diving. And also possibly fact checking the Type Moon Wiki. I know I use them also for a lot of my information, but as with a lot of fandom wikis, I think they're run by 6 people, so diversify.
Let's keep moving on. This next one comes from the Master Dolly, formerly known as Bibu. Bibu! Hey, SS2 Lucky and Superman Omega. I don't know if I do scream enough. Never mind. I forget. I'm a very angry person. And Superman Omega. Oh, they're talking about the super battle.
Yes, the third death battle.
Listen, it had a badass ending. I don't care what anyone says. Hope you are both having a great week and are excited to play Ties to the Lotto Box Da Vinci Ties to the Lotto Box Rent to Da Vinci once again. I think there's an extra 2 in there. I don't know why.
Yes,
just wanted to say
super grammatically accurate.
That's fine. Just wanted to say hi and share the horror felt in my soul when Scotty got dangerously close to saying Skibbity Toilet at the beginning of the event. God have mercy on our gotcha souls. That reminds me, I should maybe check out Mahjong Soul. I don't know. I don't have time for fucking get more gotcha games. I'm trying to make room for fucking Zinla Zone Zero.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I understand that we are making many unfortunate comparisons, but she says bippity boppity boob with a ska, so we can get the Scotty in it. That said, yes, I have seen some funny comments about the line because it is very silly.
But let's keep going on. So this next one comes from the Tyrant King, who was supposed to save money, but instead bought 280 packs to MLB Holy Heart, cause Melusine. Fair. Question. Hey, King Lucky Dora and Omegazilla with Godzilla fans eating good with -1 and the new JXK trailer. I want to ask, what's your favorite kaiju from the Godzillaverse or in general? Anyway, that's it for me. Sending good vibes your way. Wah, 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 wah. And hope you have a great evening. P.S. What if Lasagna is playing the long game by giving us Santa Scotty in the upcoming JP Christmas? I can believe that. Well, when it comes to the ye old kaiju, it's like I actually don't remember if they are actually in the Godzillaverse or just in that they were just in that oeuvre. I'm actually a big fan of Gamera, Big Turtle Boy. I don't know
Gamera,
why.
I believe is his own franchise, but he's a classic.
Yeah.
I admit I'm kind of a basic bitch, but King Ghidorah is a 3-headed dragon who spits lightning, but I've usually always reppin', Big G, the classic. Though that one time, while the name is very silly, Space Godzilla was kind of neat. What if Godzilla was evil and covered in crystals?
I mean, I love this. Look at this dude.
Yeah, no. Gamera is a classic for a reason.
Yeah, no. What other? There's a reason why I love Grandpa and Jinsekai.
I'm trying to remember somebody posted the classic Godzilla doing a fucking flying jump kick. Did they actually put a guy in the suit for that, or
probably not? I don't think they would have,
because it looks a little leaden. But there is a reason why kaiju movies are usually part of the tokusatsu, oeuvre. It's because there's a lot of special effects in those too.
Alrighty. So, this next one comes from Monster Girl Aficionado, who says, "Dear Lucky Omega, no question this week, just sending good vibes. Wah, 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 wah. And wishing you well. Keep up the great work."
No, you keep up the great work.
Yeah.
Especially considering what this person just posted in our public 4T chat. I never put it together that, what's this guy? Baxcalibur? That's some real Gigan energy. Did not think about that until just now.
Let me make sure we got going on here. Okay. So, this next one comes from Gahulian God, who says, "With the success of Godzilla -1." Wow, we People are doubling down on the Godzilla. Well, I do know what's good, and people are divided on the new MonsterVerse movie, Godzilla X King Kong. I have seen so many people posting the fucking running. So many people. And
Yeah,
I do love that. I do love it like that happens. I'm all like, what is this? And the other one's like, it's fucking Godzilla.
I mean, like, literally, we just our patron Discord is full of, images of old kaiju movie gifs. Like, Godzilla has been silly before. Do you think Godzilla looks really good as he like does jumping jacks? No.
But as they were saying, with the success of Godzilla -1, the question I have is there any monster kaiju or mythology that you want to see in Fate receive the Vitra Tiamat/Lobo treatment? Have a good December and wish me luck in the upcoming weeks. For if things go as planned, I'm going on my second trip to Central California to see my sister for Christmas. Good luck. Do not get eaten by the fucking, San Andreas Fault. Well, when it comes to big scary mythology, I guess I think even though we technically had the mob of it in I'm sorry, I can't remember what the fucking first part of Lost Belt 5 was. It was
Atlantis.
Atlantis, thank you. We had Carberus. Did we have Carberus in there or was it Scylla? Yeah, Carberus. We got Carberus in there.
We got Carberus and we got Echidna. Do we have any Skillas?
Yeah. But like those are the three, like the big three. Like Echidna is one of those mother of monsters types, and Lucky. Lucky is all about that. And just Kibris and Skyla are just all supposed to be big scary monsters. Even you can't really see one of them; they're just kind of a giant whirlpool. And the other one's just tentacles, but still.
Well, Scylla at least has a very unique description where it's like her waist is set about with like 3 dog heads, and it ends in with tentacles and whatever. Like there's a thing. Also, Scylla should have some one I believe is actually supposed to exist in Fate somewhere. Like at some point Nasu said in a blog entry or a magazine interview that like that will be a servant. But also should have some connections to Kirki that we've discussed before. But yeah, no, there's the classics, Echidna, Big Typhon. There's a lot of the classic Greek monsters. I mean, I'm gonna be on that. Speaking of characters that we know exist explicitly in the universe, I'm gonna go to bat for Vanagander, aka Fenrir.
Yeah,
we know he is a servant, so come on. Also, if we're doing that lot, wouldn't it be funny if we could also do Jormungandr, biggest snake.
We already have a lot of snake gods. We can keep going.
Call me when we add the snake trait. Also, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've mentioned it before, but Safar would be cool.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't gonna say directly Safar, but I was definitely gonna say the White Titan.
Yeah, Titan Altera.
Yeah,
exists and is forgotten, despite the fact that I will never forget the Great Expedition. my real Extella homies know what's up.
Yeah. Good times. All right. We're gonna keep going. So this next one comes from Agent 41A, who says, "Hello, Lucky Omega. Have a good weekend, y'all. Same to you." And last but not least, this one comes from Master of Reindeer, who says, "Dear Lucky Omega, my question for this week is, when Koenigsegg gets her swimsuit, what outfit do you want it to be?"
Lucky channeling his Fooly Cooly energy just there.
I said I did that, and I thought of the fucking scene.
Yes, no, exactly.
Just like,
they call it Gundam, but it's more of a Tomino-esque thing. Giant robot anime. Just hear the pillows in the back.
Oh god. Cartoon Network, I appreciate that you try to keep Fooly Cooly going, but you literally cannot do better than the first. You really can't.
Probably not. Though I've heard it's weird. What was the one that came second out of the sequels? Was it alternative or progressive?
I think it's progressive.
I've heard that progressive was better than alternative. Which is unfortunate because like a lot of people saw alternative and were kind of like, eh. And then the second attempt was actually like better, but we'll see what happens. We're doing shoegaze next too, and I'm sure that will be something. Call me when to make Fooly Cooly grunge.
I think they are making Fully Cooley Grunge. I
God,
think
say
it was
that as a
shoegaze.
joke.
I think because they're doing 2 again. I think it was shoegaze and grunge.
Well, we'll see if the grunge one is better.
Oh, grunge is out.
Okay, it already happened. All right, okay.
Let's see. I'm still thinking of the Koyan Sky bit. No Koyan Sky, like it probably wouldn't actually be a swimsuit. She'd probably do some weird off thing, like I don't know. Also, it also depends if we're channeling Koyan Sky of light or dark. Because I'm gonna be real, I don't actually know what's up with the split. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't know.
Well, we'll find out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We're finally gonna solve that mystery. God, that's gonna be such a weird wanted.
Can I get Koyan Sky of light and dark as a twin summer servant? I would like that. I would like that a lot. It would also terrify the fuck out of me, but I am a man who lives dangerously.
That would be very funny, I think. I just need to know if anybody at La Single.
Wow, only 3 episodes? Jesus, that's
very
worse
compact.
than Netflix. That's worse than Netflix. That's a fucking movie! Not even a movie!
Yeah, you probably should have just cut that as a movie. Or done, like a single long OVA. Jeez. But yeah, I was gonna joke if anybody at La Single plays Yu-Gi-Oh! We can get Koyan Sky of Chaos is the upgrade to the light and dark version.
Or they have to fuse. Listen, we have had servants fusing before. It'll be okay. We can do it again. It's alright.
Super Koyan Skya. Just like Sonic 2. I'm at 3.
God damn it, I was thinking about Super Ramona too. On a bitch.
It's almost like we watch and enjoy at least some of the same things. Just not all the time.
Alright. Sorry, I'm still trying. Like, unfortunately, I don't really take to like fantasizing about like what I want them to wear. I'm usually just happy with whatever shows up because then I don't feel a weird sense of disappointment.
Yeah, I think the main problem is trying to guess what Arco will do is hard. It's like guessing what Redrop will come up with. Like, we just don't know. We could get, fucking weird reverse tan line Koyan Skya.
Oh god, that'd be fucking terrifying. I still remember Arco's art of them wearing swimsuits, but they had the lines from their regular outfit. I was like, oh, I died. Just
yeah, no, like there's a lot of crazy stuff there, so it's hard to second guess what Arco. I'm not sure how much we'll bypass the crunching, the compressing down of the audience, the trimming silence, but I hope chat you can understand, people at home, you can understand how much Lucky's brain is crunching right now.
Nah,
Hamstring
I've been going through a lot of designs.
It's making. Oh, actually, no. That might. See, Lucky will get that reference, but I don't genuinely know how much of our audience has ever booted up like an old DOS computer and heard that, the manual sounds of the hard drive fucking firing up.
Oh god, I haven't heard that sound in forever.
Neither have I, but I remember it very well. It's a very distinct sound. Same with like a dot matrix printer. I haven't used one of those in probably literally decades, multiple decades, but we had them when I was a kid, and I remember what it sounds like. Fucking tear the side strips out. If you don't know what they sound like, I'm sure somebody has a YouTube video, which is just sound of a dot matrix printer.
They probably do, funnily enough. Nah, I don't think they'll go that horny.
I mean, they could. The problem is that I don't... Well, I'm not going to say Koyan couldn't pull off a simple sling. I feel like that's too basic.
Yeah.
Like, she'd show off in like a fucking, like, fan dress or something to fuck with you.
No, she would actually do something like, honestly, the thing about Koyan Sky and just as the first obfuscation, she probably not actually, like, her first assumption wouldn't actually be like a fucking swimsuit. It'd be like a fucking Miko garment, just, fully covered up as, she just runs like the neighborhood shrine or something.
I'm just imagining the funniest thing is Koyan in just like fucking Kiguru pajamas. She's like, what? It's summer vacation. I'm taking a day off.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, she'd be on vacation, so she'd probably be like, oh my god, I think that'd be the best thing. Like, Koyan Sky, like, on her days off just becomes a fucking slob.
I mean, I'm sure Wadarko could just make it work. Draw her in, like, fucking sweatpants and a hoodie.
Sweatpants and a hoodie. She has, like, two cans of beer.
One Ascension would have to be horny, but that would be the whole point.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see more? Gonna have to charge you extra. We can't get. I mean, we've already peaked at like servants being like self-aware about their costs when Summer Melt was like, you're going to give me those grails, and then you're going to give me 5 more grails.
Give.
And if I could roll fucking Summer Servants ever, I'm sure I would, but... I mean, at this point, we have Summer Servants who aren't even Summer Servants. We have shit like Ash, whose, third ascension is, Swimsuit Morgan, just cuz.
Just cuz.
We can switch tags when we switch ascension. So here, this one's your swimsuit one.
Blah.
Sorry, that's mine. After we've done take 2, my sinuses have taken this opportunity to melt slightly.
They do that.
On the plus side, there's significantly less lucky coughing in this version.
Yeah. Well, I got through my system finally.
People at home, leave in the YouTube comments. What do you think Summer Koyan Sky will look like?
Yeah.
Be careful about posting images, though, because I'm sure YouTube won't like that if you guys try and link me to 5 million horny swimsuit pictures. It won't work. YouTube will just get mad. But feel free to theory craft in the comments,
With that is it for this week's Let's Talk FGO mailbag. I hope everyone enjoyed that. And before I forget, I'm going to make sure that I rotate. Rotate mailbag.
Alrighty, he's going to fire up on that. I've
Yeah.
already closed the tab.
The week of the 15th, baby!
Yeah.
Let us not accidentally delete this.
Did have a decent number of mentions this week, but ran through them a little quicker. We're only at about 40-ish minutes.
I do not know how to spell greetings. Okay, here we go.
What that means, as Lucky wrestles with the spelling of things, fights the English language, as we always do.
I'm not good at this.
Damn, English language got hands. But that means it's time to move into free talk, because there are actually a few things to free talking. Alright. Oops, fucked up those arts chains. Meant to put different people in. Anyway, doesn't matter. Well, speaking of arts chains, we have our new Gouda Deets a good again. Because, hey, it's UESUGI Kenshin. So yes, brand new ruler, and I feel like we've, cracked a limit here where we're actually trying hard, because Kenshin is tied with Melusine Summer for highest attack. So just straight up, we had a record-breaking high attack ruler this year, and then they're like, nah, 2.
Do it again.
But also low HP, literally tied with Sherlock for the lowest. So not that usually matters for rulers, but it's something to keep in mind. But she's Q, AA, Bib. Arts Buster. Slightly high hit counts and NP gain. Let me double check if it's 4s all around, because I think it was, but I, wrote this afternoon and had other stuff going. I may have confuzzled myself. Yes, it is. Actually, it's 4-4-5. So Buster is 5 and Extra is 5. So that's pretty spiced. We have slightly above average NP gain. It's 0.62. So we have a single target Arts NP. So we've got a damage focused servant in ruler with a single target NP. It's very good. Yes, this is our first. It removes the target's buffs first. Your buffs, give them to me. Also, it boosts Art's performance for 1 turn based on overcharge. That starts at 20% and caps out at 40, the usual formula. And also does bonus damage, 150% extra damage versus enemies with the human attribute. So yeah, no, that's a pretty good package. Your buffs, deleted. Your humans, destroyed. Your arts, possibly looped. First skill is, we got a little bit of a crit focus. You're going to look at increased critical damage on self by 20 to 30% for 3 turns. Also increases Star Absorb for 3 turns. A medium amount. It's the 300 to 500%. But rulers already have pretty high star weight. But also is a 2 hits, 3 turns evade. So you have a hard defense on top of being a ruler. Though perhaps with that lower HP pool, that might be necessary. Second skill is a pretty comprehensive damage steroid. You're looking at 20 to 30% arts up for 3 turns, a 30 to 50% battery. That's right, single target arts MP with a 50% battery. And also, it generates stars per turn for 3 turns between 5 and 15 stars per turns. So pretty much covering all your bases there. And then your final skill is completely targetable. This gives the targeted ally +2 overcharge for 1 time 3 turns, increased attack by 10 to 20% for 3 turns, and increased NP generation for 3 turns, 20 to 30%. All of these are on a 6-turn cooldown at max level. For passives, you have MRB, Riding A, so your 1 quick card does slap pretty decently. You've got Divinity A for quite significant. Added damage for Terms of Divinity, plus 200 on everything. And a unique passive, Treasure is in the Heart B, which gives a flat 10% buff removal resist and instant kill resist at all times. So yeah, no, this is pretty good. Kenshin is basically like a single target Amakusa, only they weighed the attack and the HP stats the other way around, so you can actually do damage. You are always going to remove buffs, at least buffs that are not resisted or irremovable. That is a thing that happens. You can get irremovable buffs. But you get a trait damage. You have literally the exact same attack as Summer Melusine, who was, geared up to be pretty good at this as well. And great self buffs. Plus that targetable buff with the overcharge is, very good for a single target one. Obviously, you will probably put that on Kenshin, but you can put it other places if you need it. So, you are absolutely going to get to clap some cheeks. Also, like I said, we have some very insane sprite variations. Sprite 1 is that, super long lance you saw in the CM. Sprite 2 is the casual biker one. Though I do not recommend biking in this outfit in real life. Wearing one, thigh-high sock, hot pants, and a, crop top, basically. But the jacket is cool. And then the third sprite is, the full fucking, Bisha Mountain mecha-ass version. Though they inverted her hair colors, which is also neat. But, let me copy it to the patron chat. It's very tall. But yeah, fun time. Honestly, all around, all the new servants for this event, bangers. Great work. But also, I wanted to do a welfare corner right here and now, because hypothetically you could roll the lotto enough to actually have your permanent Martha. And also, like I said, this event will probably be over by the time our next show is complete and out.
Yeah.
So, we should probably talk about her now, so you know what you're working with. So, Santa Martha is a caster. Also, while I did know that obviously, she is younger and baby-faced, I did not realize that the event would explicitly... Scotty would straight up call out all of the, Lily servants we have.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is definitely supposed to be also not just Santa Martha, but also Martha Lily. She's a caster with very low attack, high HP and slot. She's, second or third lowest attack, but, like I said, highest HP for a 4-star caster, which is saying something. She's also got that unusual... Quick Arts Buster deck you don't expect to see. We are actually diversifying casters, and it's pretty good. She's got fairly average hit counts, but above average NP gain, though I believe that her quick cards are 4 hits, the others are 3. And she is 0.66 NP gain. And her NP is a little groundbreaking. We've got a quick support NP on a caster, a non-damager. This gives the team 20% attack for 3 turns, 30 to 50% damage up versus Demon, Divine, and Undead traits for 3 turns, gains 20 stars instantly, and heals 2k to 4k HP based on overcharge. So basically, if you're doing this event correctly and you can get all your NP copies, you're looking at 50% damage up for 3 turns on those traits all the time, and the potential to go all the way to that 4k heal, which is, pretty respectable, especially on a caster. Her first skill is a targetable 20 to 30% attack up on an ally, 1k to 2k max HP up for 3 turns, both of those are 3 turns, and is also a targeted 20% battery flat, so you don't even need to level it up to get that battery at all. Her second skill gives all enemies NP seal for 1 turn, and reduces their defense by 10 to 20% for 3 turns as well. Final skill gives an ally extra star absorb for 1 turn, generates 10 stars, and is also a 20 to 30% battery on herself. Her passives are Territory Creation B, so her arts cards are pretty good. Item Creation D to give you a little bit of extra edge on sticking those debuffs on skill 2. And Writing EX still, so her quick cards are also really good. So yeah, she's kind of a baby support caster. Calling her a baby Scotty is not quite right because she doesn't have that specific quick buff out there. But she is basically a literal quick caster, and you have a very consistent way to handle your team-wide support. If she fires her NP, you're looking at very big specific damage focuses, and just generally lots of good damage increases for the party. Her 20% attack up isn't scaling, with NP level, but that's as much as your Scotty is doing at level 1. Actually, is it 30 to 50? Let me double check. But I thought it was 20 to 50. Look, I have this tab open still, so I can backtrack very easily. Yes, so Scotty's NP1 attack up is 20%. Though it is for 5 turns, but again, this is a welfare, so you are going to max out that bonus damage there. You've got very consistent access to healing and stall, with an AoE NP seal can be very handy in certain fights. Plus defense down is basically just attack up. Literally, that's how the math works. And like I said, this is a very good healer. Like, she's got maxed out 4k healing on her NP, and plus 2k max HP is like a 2k heal, because you get the extra HP and are not penalized when it's gone. So, like, all that's really good. Will be very useful for some grind games. Also, I mean, it's been, like, roughly a million years since Irie came out, and Medea Lily is still story-locked, so healing casters can be hard to get.
Yeah.
So it's good that we've got another one free. Did they add Iris Veil to the Evocation Festival finally this year?
I thought they did.
I think they did, yeah. So that's really good for that, to give you consistent accuracy that way. But obviously, in NA, you'll be waiting about 2 years for that. So, yeah, no, Martha's good for some stuff. There's some potential in there. And, like, I know she doesn't have a damaging NP, but she's got Writing EX and Territory Creation B. Her face cards are going to do okay for a caster, like probably not any worse than any of the other support casters you're using. So, there's some potential here. I like her. I feel like, obviously, especially because this event goes by so quick, she's kind of overshadowed by the fact that this does bring back Scotty in a banner, and Santa Martha's not going to help you loop. But God help you if you ever have to do hard content. The ability to access a repeatable 2k to 4k heal might be nice. She's got a team-wide NP seal, like I said. So yeah, I think actually considering that, gosh, I remember Voice of St. Quartz had a whole video about like why are there so few healers in FGO, and kind of like why don't people like give that more in demand. But it is actually a useful role, and I'm glad to see them kind of bring it back and experiment a little. Plus, you can get some pretty good attack ups, and defense downs are fairly generic and good. But yeah, that is our welfare corner. So that's what you get for clearing that lotto and getting all your Martha copies. The copies are with currency. The lotto you need to do for Ascension and to get your first copy, your initial one, once the time gates are cleared. You will have like a week after the actual like event part closes to do the exchange in the shop, but it will be a little bit of a tight finish once that day is open for them time gates. But yeah, let's talk about Christmas event first impressions then, because it's been out for a couple days. And I said this earlier, but I feel like this event, probably partially because it was shorter, like it was still, I think technically actually it was only 7 days in JP, so you're getting a whole extra day in NA. But I feel like this event was very rapidly overshadowed by the fact that Tunguska is coming out, later this month.
Also, I do want to say that I think a lot of people down-talked this. I think even we down-talked a little bit, considering it was very short. The welfare was not something... At the time, we did not consider something super amazing.
It was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. Whereas, and Santa Martha looked, for all intents and purposes, kind of plain.
Yes, and I think, in especially considering she is supposed to be a younger Martha, that does seem to be kind of intentionally so. But
yeah,
it was, kind of, it felt like we got like a very simplified design for her. Though I do think actually seeing her in motion, her animations are very, very cute. I love the one where she pulls out her fucking pan and just, pops popcorn at the enemy. Get popcorn, idiot. And obviously the story sprite for Food Truck Terrask. Chef's kiss, no notes. But yeah, because this one like blitzed through so fast and didn't have a brand new SSR, I think, because obviously, we can't tell hardly anything that's going on in the story when it's in Japanese. It was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird. That was kind of fast. But yeah, and I suspect this one will once again get overshadowed when Tunguska comes out. But for now, honestly, like, I think the way I phrase it is, this one's touching on some notes that, we've kind of been asking for an event in that, I mean, obviously, it's very funny that if we think about this is all Liz's fault. We never should have let Liz talk to Scotty.
This is true.
Because somehow when asked to explain Santa Claus, Liz explained witches instead. And that really confused her. Though also I do want to say I love that this event starts by canonizing the teacher Martha attempts to rein in delinquent Canis and Mordred.
Are those our only real main delinquents? I feel like we should have more.
I think Kentucky sometimes gets called a delinquent, but then whenever you say that, Raiko would show up and he would be like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool, boss. Never done anything delinquent in my life. Straight as an arrow, baby. I don't wrestle bears for fun. What?"
What?
But yeah, this kind of like canonizes the meme about, Mordred and Canis. And I do love that we do it in their normal versions and also then in their summer, because you can do that now. Everybody summers together. Also, I've seen the memes, but I am very curious what bad words did we teach the children servants? I've seen the joke about, Voyager saying fuck, but it's a good start, but apparently this means that Martha feels very, very overworked. And Scotty is like, I know what'll fix this. Runes. Runes, son.
The classic Skahawk response.
As Emiya points out later, wasn't it Skahawk's idea to do this whole swimsuit thing? You are correct, yes. Just don't let her hear you say that.
Didn't she also use runes to do the fucking Grail front?
Yes. She did runes to do that, and also that's, I think, why she was in the bunny outfit. I think some runes also came up during Little Big Tengu. But yeah, so, Scotty decides to do her best to be the fairy godmother, and she's like, your energy will be like new, like you're young. And then she literally fucking de-ages Martha. Which is unfortunate for Martha because this makes her very confused. Because, like, she has all of her Throne of Heroes type, heroic spirit knowledge, but her, like, factual knowledge about her life and stuff is reduced to what she understands, like, when she was that age. I don't know what age that is exactly, because you can't tell with servants, but it's, confusing. And so we have to babysit her, because Scotty is like, yes, also your Santa Claus. I don't know what Santa Claus is. Master, help me out. That's some kind of snow demon, right?
And you're just like,
And so, yes, Scotty, baby modes Martha, equips her with the Santa hat, and just sends her out into the world. Which means we get a flashback to all our previous Santas. It is as awful as you think it would be. We go back, we ask, Santa Saber Alter first. She's not very helpful. John tries, but really wants you to talk to Santa Mask. Let's see, I think it was our next set of Santas, so it's Altera and Quetz in the library for some reason. We do get a Doozu cameo, though. Oh, Nightingale's also in the library, and it's not helpful at all.
She does a lot of yelling.
Santa must cleanse, disinfect. And Martha's like, I don't know what that is. Explain it to me like I'm 5. So, yeah, the general vibes that we get out of this is, as always, is just, no, if you're Santa, that means you gotta figure out what being Santa means. We can't explain any of that to you. So Martha decides, what's she gonna do? She's gonna fucking cook. Let her cook. Which is great, because like I said, this is a thing we've talked about wanting to see more of for a while. It's not exactly like the especially considering how short this is, it's not like the most perfect version of this sort of thing, but we do straight up just like, okay, Martha wants to cook. What do we do? Call the kitchen crew. Kitchen Vengers, assemble. And who do you get?
It's not so much call, they just kind of appear, because apparently, Santa Martha gives off the I can cook vibe, which is apparently a specific vibe that, the Chaldean chefs know.
Cook to cook communication.
It is C2C.
So yeah, they just sense that some cooking is going on. And so, I mean, and what better guardians for a young Santa could you ask than for Boudica, Emiya, Tomocat? I haven't seen her on screen yet, but they do mention Raiko can cook. Benny Enma is brought in as well, though she mostly so far has stayed back and actually staffed the kitchen.
Percival shows up as well, but he's all like, mashed potatoes!
Yes, we added Percival to the kitchen crew, but his repertoire is limited. It's okay, he's trying. He's here for moral support. I'm kind of glad. Obviously, summonable Percival is not Lost Belt Percival, but I'm glad that since he's come out, Percival has been integrated into quite a lot of stuff. He showed up in Gareth's interlude as well, for instance. Like we've integrated him well into the crew, and I'm glad he's here to rock.
Oh, I'm actually very surprised that Bargus was actually in Kama's interlude. I was like, oh, yay.
Yeah, it's one of the ones I hadn't caught up on. You do commas. For emotional impact, I did Say's and Gareth's. So we're having fun here. But I do need to stockpile the SQ, so I'll get through a few more. But not right now, because fucking speed.
Speed.
But yeah, so we assemble a core kitchen crew, and then Scotty is like, oh ho, I've already done something to help you. I have done more roots on our storeroom.
I'm surprised we didn't get a what?
So now the storeroom is a fucking TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside. And I'm still not, like, I've been reading the event. I'm still not quite sure whether Scotty intended for the ingredients to, like, come to life and fight us to be the freshest, or if that's just a byproduct of her being, like, you know, magic is not, you know, you gotta be careful what you wish for type stuff. But yes, we have to fight food, like the gingerbread, the royal gingerbread, and then the fresh vegetables, which were trees. But we've been rounding out the Christmas cast with every time we have to go someplace, you know, we get one or two guides to help us out, and so we get some temporary inclusion of the team. There was, you know, Gareth in the first one, because we were going to make, we needed to get some fruits and sweets for traditional fruitcake. Now we're working on a salad. Very bold, by the way, of the game to make the assumption where no matter what, you can't choose that you're a picky eater. Not that I would want to disappoint Martha's shining face, but that's not strictly true to say I'd eat anything. The servants, you know, are, like, supernaturally delicious. They can probably make most stuff. Though Kat tries to fucking, like, call us out and say we've eaten, you know, bugs and leaves, and I like that your response can be like, whoa, I've never been that desperate.
It's like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure canonically, if all interludes are true, we have eaten, you know, roast wyvern at some point, I think. Possibly demonic boar on an open fire, but no, we've never been so bad that we've had to, like, you know, find, you know, grubs and caterpillars to roast to live. But yeah, our second block is Bradamante and Kichi Hogan, who apparently get along great. And I hope you guys caught this fun fact, but you can pick a NPC support Hogan in that. She is a Lancer. I don't know why they did that, but it's a cute little thing they did. It does make me wonder if there ever will be a Lancer version of her, or if that's just a funny thing we did because, you know, Bradamante is also a Lancer, so they were, like, you know, talking about spearwork training. But yeah, all in all, I mean, we're a little silly, but we're also a little serious. Like, we're getting these, like, stained glass cut-ins of Martha to, like, you know, talk about her character more, get into her backstory, which is nice, considering that Martha has kind of been there since the beginning. She is one of the servants you can roll on your tutorial roll. Also, I do want to say that, you know, considering usually how much he gets fucking abused, I'm glad to see Tarask show up when Martha calls and just be like, I'm here.
yeah.
You can do you know, is it a bird or a plane? And he's just like, call me Super Tarask. It's like, no, this is good. This is good. Also, he is wearing a chef's hat and is a food truck. That's great.
No, that's amazing.
So yeah, all in all, like I said, I'm you know, glad to not overlook this event, as it were, because it's nice. It's pleasant. It has good, appropriate holiday feels. But that's all about I got to say on that. As Muramasa wipes out another wave of werewolves, as I farm more lotto currency. But, Lucky, you got any other first impressions to say about this event, Miss Christmas?
Nah, I'm just glad to see more Cat.
Yep, she's a main character. And you get to see some Cat, as she freaks out every time we go someplace.
Just runs around, mew, mew, mew.
And then I assumed that, like, it looked like the way they arranged the sprites that, like, Kichi Hogan, like, picked her up like a cat and started petting her. I don't know what happened there, but it sounded funny. But yeah, we're having a great time. Emiya is, like, Cat's translator. Whenever Cat says some out-of-pocket shit, it's either you or Emiya's just like, just fine.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, that will leave the free talk at about an hour in this recording.
Oh, man.
Hour 10. It's hour 8.
It's already 8 o'clock. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we lost about 20 minutes in the take 2.
True.
So, like, that would be about an hour and a half, but it's also still not that long. I think we're just vibing.
I'm definitely going to have to try to get us to start a little bit early. I know I'm usually, like, dithering about it and stuff, but jeez.
Yeah. I try to be a little tighter at getting started, but it's easy to get distracted when we are killing time. Well, in that case, let's move swiftly to what's up time.
What's up, time?
Question number 1, Blue-Eyed Samurai question mark.
No.
Okay. In that case, Game Awards, big stuff. Do you want to talk about winners or announcements first?
Let's go quickly through the winners. Honestly, actually, believe it or not, I don't think we necessarily need to talk about the winners as a whole. Because that'd just be a reading off of a list, and I think people are, you know, internet savvy enough that if they're actually that curious about it, they can look it up them damn selves.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it is going on about Twitters, especially like the big diversive things. I think we should probably talk about the Game Awards, like as a, the awards, I should say, as a whole, and just our thoughts on the matters overall.
Yeah.
Because, like we predicted, Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 won most of the awards that they were nominated in. Most of them.
Baldur's Gate got 6 if you count the Player's Choice Awards, which we should. And Alan Wake came away with 2.
Yes.
With Baldur's Gate 3, of course, taking Game of the Year. As I said last night when they got it, if there is a game that is like the game of this year, it is actually Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. And overall, like I said, I have made my complaints about the mobile game awards well known. We're not going to rehash that. But I will say, like, throughout all the awards, I think all the winners was well done and well appreciated. Most of the ones we were able to predict, but most of us were like, yeah, no, we can see it. We can see it. I don't think because we did watch it live with in the Discord. We had a bunch of people show up, had a bunch of people talking. And most people were just like, most people was, polite golf clapping and be like, yeah, no, that's good. That good. I can see it. So I don't think anyone was nearly necessarily surprised on winners. Everyone had their own ones that they wanted, but no one basically said, that's not fucking right.
Yeah, I don't think there was any big, like, for us anyway, I don't think there were any big robs. Like, I think the, like, probably the 3 awards that I feel like I actually really cared about, like, landed where I wanted them to land. Like, 16 composer Masayoshi Shoken won Best Score in Music, as well deserved. And it's like, yes, I really wanted that to block in. Obviously, I think everybody else who was nominated did a really good job, but like, 16 did not win any other awards that night, despite the fact that, like, I think it, Ben Starr for sure showed up repping, and like Square, I think that 16 not winning a lot of awards, if you worry that the only games that give Jeff trailers and stuff win awards, that's obviously not correct, because Square was fucking passing out announcements at this Game Awards, right? And
God, I think they had like 4, because they had the new Secrets trailer, or the new Mana trailer. I can't remember what they called it. They had the trailer for Rebirth with the orchestra.
Yep.
They announced the DLC for Final Fantasy 16.
One of which dropped that night.
Was there a 4th? I feel like there was a 4th.
I think they did. I mean, technically they were in a collab with
Apex Legends.
Yes. Let me scroll down the list real quick and see if I can.
Was there another? I could have swore there was 4.
I feel like I saw the Square a lot. Sega. That's the new Mana game.
It might have been just those 3.
Scrolling.
They see him scrolling. They hiding.
Yeah, it's the 16 DLC. No, okay, no, actually, no, it was just those big 3.
Okay, it was just those 3 then. Okay, I'm sorry.
Still, very
I imagined
solid.
Something
like,
more. Yeah,
new Mana, a out of nowhere, brand new Rebirth trailer, which is just full of the good shit. We'll probably dissect that one a little bit later, but like they, as always, they found another way to keep the hype going, and really, drop some shit on us. And also, like I said, there were only a couple of big shadow drops like at the Game Awards. I think the big 3 was the Finals got its 1.0 and console release, Final Fantasy 16 DLC, and the Xbox version of Baldur's Gate 3. Those are the big 3 that I know. So, like, Square was well repped, and like I said, 16 only got the 1 award, but it was the one that they deserved absolutely the most for sure. Cyberpunk won Best Ongoing, and apparently some people on the internet are kvetching and moaning about how they feel like that's not appropriate for the category. No Man's Sky has won like 2 fucking years, so if just patches and free content updates count.
Yeah, no, it's like not like we got mad for fucking 14 for not winning like best community and stuff,
listen.
or best ongoing. Weren't they nominated for both?
Yes, they usually are, but yes, they were nominated for both, and I do think it is fair that they did not win either of those.
Yeah,
we're between X-Packs this year.
But yeah, specifically to you cyberpunk haters, they literally dropped a 2.0, put on one of the best fucking deals the gaming community has seen in a fucking while, are continuing to release patches and have been doing this constantly since everyone shit talked them on release. Fuck you guys.
Yes. Yeah, and by the way, this week, despite the fact that nobody asked for it, they dropped 2.1. Whole new shit. Repeatable activities. Way more bikes. And a special Samurai Edition Porsche, which comes with its own mini gig. Yes, I know, because I bought it. But, like, it's actually very funny if you haven't gotten around to doing that yet, Lucky.
I have not. I did. I really want to stay at your house, and I got mad.
Yeah, no. I mean, CD Projekt Red is not free of sin for many reasons, but they did a really good update. The fucking Metro, like, it's real, and I think they added new areas you could go into now. Like, I don't remember there being a Metro stop outside V's original apartment, because it's in an elevator.
Yeah.
So, I think it deserves the ongoing, guys. Come on.
No.
But that was a big one, and then Sea of Stars did win Best Indie, which was, I think, well deserved as well. But yeah, Baldur's Gate really slammed it up, which everybody expected. Not quite the Alan Wake sweep, but I am glad that they got up there, especially because they did do the performance of Herald of Darkness from WeSing.
And the thing that killed me is they got both the motion actor and the voice actor.
Yeah.
Like,
both those guys were in-house. Because obviously Alan Wake's voice actor did the singing, but he has a, FMV, face and motion capture actor who looks like Alan Wake to do the face modeling. So yeah, like a whole thing. And they got, I don't remember the actor's name, but they got Mr. Door, the character, in to do the intro. Like, they won, I'm pretty sure one of their awards was Best Art Direction.
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, you understand that they deserve this shit. It was specifically Best Game Direction, Best Art Direction, Best Narrative. Which, I think, from what we've seen of Alan Wake 2, those are all fair. Those are the good categories for them to win in.
Yeah.
I think they were also in Best Action Adventure, and I'm like,
no.
That went to Zelda, well-deserved.
Oh, that was Zelda.
Yeah, Action Adventure was Zelda. Action Game was Armored Core. Again, very well-deserved. Though I have seen the jokes. Armored Core, 1 nom, 1 win. Spider-Man 2, 7 nominations, 0 wins. Insomniac has a curse, unfortunately.
Actually, didn't regular-ass original Marvel Spider-Man win something? They had to. It was like
I think it won like a couple of awards, but it did not get like Game of the Year that year, no. It also got a lot of noms and did not take home a lot of wins, as opposed to God of War Ragnarok, which, I think got like a record 7 last year. Like, they didn't get Game of the Year last year, but they got all the other ones. But yeah, shocking nobody. Honkai Star Rail won Best Mobile Game. I really would have pushed maybe for Ever Crisis, I guess, but, it's a little new. And they haven't hit the Steam release yet. Not yet. Soon, though. But yeah, they blocked out some stuff. I'm trying to think, was there any weird ones? No, it's all pretty normal. Wonder won Best Family. Street Fighter won Best Fighting Game. Pikmin 4 won Best Strategy. Forza won Best Sports and Racing. That, again, I guess Best Multiplayer going to Baldur's Gate 3 was a little surprising, but still deserved. I know all of us were cheering for it, but I am happy to see Iron Mouse did get the win for Content Creator.
Yeah.
The clip of her on stream when the announcement hits going, what? I don't know how overstaged that was, because obviously she did send a video message in to accept the award, because she is a VTuber, so, unless they're going to project her onto the main stage, it's not like they could appear her there. But I don't know if they, asked everybody to leave a message just in case kind of a thing. I don't actually know how secretive the Game Awards are. Because I do want to take note that the only person who didn't show up from the Best Performance category, the only person not in-house, was Idris Elba. And I don't know how that went. Like, I assume, the team calls him up and is like, hey, you've been nominated, for your performance in Phantom Liberty. Do you want to come to the Game Awards? And I'm imagining, I don't know for sure, but I'm imagining Idris Elba asking, oh, well, am I going to win? And they're like, I don't know, 50-50? It's like, I don't know, I'll see. Maybe he wants to stay home. But yeah, like, I don't... I mean, I know there are some Spider-Man fans who are a little up in arms that they got, 0 big wins, but I am not as upset as some people in this Discord voice call. But I do know there were some bugs and stuff in the launch, and it took them a few to fix. Like that one joke about the cube. You could accidentally be rendered as a cube instead of a normal man. So, like, yeah, it was not the mostest polishedest release. Like, honestly, let me actually double check the dates. When did Spider-Man actually come out? And, like, because I feel like a lot of this year we were unfortunately playing fucking chicken between, Macrosoft and that. Okay, yeah, so Starfield was September, and then Spider-Man was October, was its actual initial release? There it is, okay. Yes, Spider-Man 2 was October 20, and then someone there. So, like, I don't know if they were trying to, like push up the release date a little to get in there. And it could have, honestly, probably could have been longer to bake because, like, oh gosh, have there really been any, like, super big releases in, like, November? No, I don't think so. Like, they did do, the new Star Ocean, but, like, no, the rest of these are pretty normal. Like a Dragon Gaiden is cool, but that's, literally a Gaiden game. So yeah, like, they probably could have honestly delayed Spider-Man a little, and it wouldn't have been a big deal, but I don't know if Sony was concerned that Starfield would not be mid. Which, yes, shocking nobody. Starfield, like, 1 nomination, no wins. The game is it's a Bethesda game. It's normal. Todd was in the building and seemed normal. He's probably thinking about how much fucking money he's going to make on this Fallout TV series, which does look, like, visually good, at least, right?
Yeah.
Like, they actually brought the Power Armor prop on set, and it was suitably impressive. But I think, like I said, I see a few people go to bat. I saw at least one person who was upset that Genshin didn't win anything, and I'm just like, lol. I mean, they did just update Skyrim. It got a new version, like, recently, so yeah, maybe. We gotta make sure to port Skyrim to the Switch, too.
Oh, please don't.
I mean, they probably will. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think. I don't think there are any big upsets. Like, I mean, some people on the internet are probably a little agitated that Last of Us on HBO did win Best Adaptation, so Druckmann did get to go up there and accept the award, but, like, we didn't really make a big deal out of it or anything. And
I mean, from what I understand, The Last of Us was a good TV show, so yeah.
Yeah, like, I think, honestly, all of those were good. I mean, I think we joked about Twisted Metal, but Anthony Mackie was on stage to present another award and said that they got a season 2, so, like, it can't have been that bad.
Yeah.
Like, all of those were very solid, I think, Like, Gran Turismo exists, it's all right. Super Mario's was actually quite well reviewed by fans. So, yeah, like, I think there weren't any, like, huge upsets. Like, I'm trying to... were there any awards other than the ones I mentioned, caring about as well, that you were particularly focused on?
No, not really. I think we got through, like, most of them. Like I said, I think the big one was, again, like I said, I wasn't upset about it, but I was hoping that Ben Starr would get the best performance.
It's okay. He won the real award, which is he gets to be
a
new meme. Which I'm sure for Ben Starr is great.
Oh, yeah, no. Just blasting him in the face with the damn spotlight.
Blasting with the fucking light, yeah.
Ugh.
It's real good. So then I guess before we talk about announcements, we should talk about, like, the show as a whole. Because, like, the show is getting mixed reception in the oeuvre right now. Like, watching it last night, and I think we both said this, like, but honestly, show-wise, composition-wise, I think that was a pretty good Game Awards. Like, it didn't feel like the ads and trailers dragged forever. Jeff did talk about how they would, not necessarily intersperse every trailer with the phrase world premiere, right? And they didn't do that. It flowed all together really well. Like, there were obviously still ads, but there were not as many ads as there have been in past years. And the things seemed to go together pretty well. They knew when to, like, insert some new jazz, and obviously I think they ended very strong with, obviously, we can spoil this announcement, Monster Hunter Wilds, aka Monster Hunter 6.
Yep.
Very early announcement, by the way, 2025. But, a very big one. And the pre-show didn't drag. So, like, I was very positively disposed to this. But then, kind of as time went on, people started looking at their reviews, and I think also some footage from the crowd came out. People were taking cell phone camera footage of the teleprompter. It definitely is pretty apparent that people's speeches were on a very tight turnaround. I believe it basically was observed. It was a 30-second countdown. The teleprompter flashes, please wrap it up, or in some cases, just wrap it up. I think at some point somebody said it would said please, but the screenshot is of it saying just wrap it up, which I think there is a contextual difference between the two, right? And then they would start playing a music cue, which would increase in volume. And I definitely noticed the cue as it was happening every time, right? Like, I didn't think too much of it afterward, but I was definitely like, man, this music is loud. Is this telling them to get off? Okay. But people are definitely kind of like, I don't want to say well, some people are picking.
They're picking.
Some people are trying to bully Jeff Keighley about this, but I saw somebody, an actual like industry outlet. Actually, it was kind of funny, who were on the judging panel as well. They're one of the few outlets I follow about this, but one of their hosts they do like a every day do a news show about games. One of them phrased it this way, that like, I think there's something. Okay, so yes, now the screenshot does say please wrap it up. That's good. Okay. But the way he phrased it was, I do think there are some things that maybe we could address, but also we can be normal people about this.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm at, because like in retrospect, thinking like, yeah, I mean, if it is an award show to celebrate these games, giving some of these people 30 seconds turnaround time, maybe this is why so many translators for like Japanese developers were so nervous sounding, was because they realized that like, shit, I've got to translate this in 30 seconds or less, kind of a thing, right? Like,
yeah.
That's a little awkward. I do want to say that like, obviously some people are very emotionally charged about cases where like Neil Newbarn got cut off, it seemed, when he was being very emotional at his award for best performance. And obviously Larian, even at the very end, was getting kind of ushered off when talking about how they had a developer death during the production, which is obviously like very emotionally charged. But like I said, none of y'all were upset when Neil Druckmann was trying to get moved off the stage. You didn't want to hear him talk for more than 30 seconds. Almost did it again. Caught myself. And like, that's the thing, right? This is a fucking 3.5 hour show. I don't know how expensive this venue is, but it's a big venue, right? It was big.
Big.
They had extra security this year. We didn't spot them at first, but they were there. They were big burly men in velvet ropes at the front. And to get on the stage, the big guy had to give you a nod. Nobody tried to slip on the stage or rush the stage, so I don't know what they would have done if you're not allowed, but I'm sure it would have been effective. Also, there is some funny follow-up on that kid. He did go there. He tweeted from there, but then later he tweeted that he got an official letter informing him he was trespassing, so I'm pretty sure security found him and bounced him. So, yeah, I guess that's a little bit of the fuck around and find out. But, like, paying for extra security, obviously, like, again, people direct all their ire at Jeff Keighley because this is kind of his baby and he is the face, but, like, Jeff Keighley doesn't go backstage and push buttons,
If I remember correctly, he actually said he tried to get... He actually made a tweet about this, that he understood that and realized that during the show that the people didn't have enough time, so he tried to get the crew to, ease up on the music at least.
Yes.
And no one actually got forced off the stage.
Yeah, nobody got the big hook from stage right or anything. It's just that obviously, if you're having this emotionally charged moment and the stage and the music starts peaking and it says please wrap it up, you might be having a thought like, oh god, I'm going over time, Like, it feels like it was a little nerve-wracking, and I don't until like one of the people who accepted the award, tells me that they weren't told how long a speech they would have. I'm sure everybody was told when they were like, hey, you've been nominated. Hey, you're a finalist. Do you want to come in? If you get picked, you're going to have 30 seconds for a speech before we start to like play you off. Like, they all knew. Obviously, though, as I said last night, when you're doing this emotionally charged moment in front of like a bajillion people, it's hard to stick to your script, but
yeah,
they would all have known the limits ahead of time. So like, it's a big show. It's already went for 3.5 hours. Like, I was already thinking like when it ended, I was like, man, that felt a little long. Like, I started to get hungry. Needed a snacky.
Snack.
And like, I know people bitch about the Clash of Clan ads, but that's when you get up to go pee. It's like watching a movie. You got to wait for the lull. But yeah, like, I think it was a very tight show, but it's not like they could the guys in the tech booth can't really on the fly be like, oh shit, Larian's talking about something really emotional right now. Hold on, we need to redo the teleprompter. That's not how it works, okay? So like I think there's a happy middle ground, right? Like maybe we could find some room to like space it out so that maybe, especially for these big main stage awards, the people getting the awards have a little bit longer to talk about this, and we can actually celebrate the games. Unfortunately, I don't think that Jeff Keighley is going to be able to herd celebrities to staying on script because, like, y'all, do you think Jeff Keighley is more important than Anthony Mackie? One of those two people's Captain America. I know he hasn't been in a movie yet, but they picked him. He's Cap now. Like, do you think Jeff Keighley has the power to get him to shut the fuck up? No,
Probably not.
That's the problem, right? Like, I think that they probably should maybe try and impress on their celebrity guests to like wrap it up a little. But it's like last year with Al Pacino. Are you gonna start playing Al Pacino off the stage? No, it's fucking Al Pacino. What are you doing? So like, it's one of those things where like, it's probably is kind of hard to get this whole thing done every year and like actually get studios to come in and like give you their good shit, right? Because like, hell, there have been I've seen trailers dropped that had nothing to do with the Game Awards, like on YouTube channels. Like, you can just put out trailers now. Obviously it helps to have lots of eyeballs, but it's still a complex process to get all these guys wrangled to actually get celebrities to show up and stuff in their busy schedules and whatnot, and maybe if you let them do a little self-promo, it's part of the thing. And like, it's tough, and a lot of people are like, oh, the commercials, oh, the ads. I believe Joe Cat timed it up and actually reckoned that there are about 47 minutes of awards in the 3-hour or 3.5 hour show, counting the pre-show, which like if that was a little closer to 1 hour, that'd probably be a little better, kind of like space it out to like a third, but there's still only so much you can do. I also saw some people saying that like they kind of wish that maybe there some more of the awards were not at the side, they were main stage awards. And it's one of those things that's like, I mean, if you have more awards that are on the main stage, you will not get longer acceptance speeches, right?
All right.
That's not how that works. There's only so much time, and going overtime at the Peacock Theater or whatever is probably very expensive. I think you said that last night. Like, it's probably costly to go overtime at the venue. People got to fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
But I do kind of like sometimes feel like maybe there was some stuff we could have vibed up there, like a little like, and I think they have actually had the nominees on stage for like best indie game before. I remember I think Innersloth actually was like pipped in when they won for Among Us, right?
Yeah. So
like that'd be cool because indie studios usually are smaller and don't get that spotlight. But all in all, like I think I had a pretty positive of the actual event. What have you seen on Twitter?
Slime Prime. I can't remember the actor's name, but the bro mentioned Kingdom Hearts Golden Sun. Shout out to his past father and has immaculate dream. Give this dude some award. I'm all like, I'm pretty sure everyone in Discord was like, "Yo, dog, this guy's for real."
Yeah, no, that guy's great. And he was here to announce a new game actually, so we could probably catch him if I go down the list. Let's see what we got here.
Too.
All right, so I have a list in order from Polygon.com of everything announced at the awards. And I can just speed run them for the ones that matter, I think. Interesting enough, a Brothers Tale of Two Sons remake got announced. Gonna happen in February. Just kind of completely unexpected. And I actually didn't realize this, but now it makes sense. But the creator of Inscription announced a new game, Pony Island 2 Panda Circus. I didn't realize he was the Pony Island 1 guy. That was a really weird fucking indie game. Let's see. I still don't know what the fuck Rise of the Golden Idol was. Oh, it's apparently a sequel. Case of the Golden Isle. Still don't know what that's about. Let's see. Finji announced Unusual June. That was the game with like the ghost and then that one girl who looked like she was like using her cell phone light to hit monsters and stuff. That looked pretty good. I feel like we're having our third-person revolution, Yeah. There's a lot of like isometric and third-person games. Very interestingly, because I think this coincided with the accessibility announcement, Harmonium the Musical, a musical adventure, which is definitely in the Disney oeuvre, but also is supposed to be completely, playable and accessible if you are deaf. It seems like very interesting. Dead Cells creators revealed their next game, Windblown. It's got an art style. It's got some 3D stuff going on. Like I said, they're going isometric. Looks like they still got some of that roguelike action. But they've got a lizard and an axolotl and a bat. Coming out of nowhere, World of Goo 2.
I never played World of Goo, so nor.
Yeah, but that was the thing that got people excited. We did get our trailer for Metaphor Refantasio. Big story trailer. Showing lots of stuff. Reminding you how many people from Persona and other SMT games work on this. And honestly, it seems like Atlas is bringing their A game dev-wise, so...
Well, there's a lot of shit. Like, I think they got the mech designer from Evangelion.
Yes.
They got...
Shoji Meguro is back for sound. They got their, one of their big concept artists in. The director is from the staff of, P3, P4, P5, etc. SMT4, I think, or SMT5. I don't remember which one. But they announced a A-team level of working on this and showed a lot of stuff, lots of little different races. It kind of looks like there will be open world segments where you can do combat interaction, but the battles looked very Persona.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of high fantasy. Though you are gonna have not really airship, it seems, but land ship stuff. You've got a rolling or floating boat that kind of moves over land. You're gonna have some party members, gonna have some social interactions. There was a cooking minigame I think I saw. So all kinds of good stuff. Also, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be an isekai or what, but there's a comparison where they talk about the real world and then the fantasy world. But there's a giant stone lava face with more faces in it. So shit's gonna get a little weird. But yeah, this looks stylistic as heck. And they said fall 24, so you've got some time. We actually have a few late summer, early fall releases pegged out. Interestingly enough, also Matthew McConaughey came on stage to introduce Exodus, which is being developed by Austin's Archetype Entertainment. I believe this is their first game. And if you're this looks like Mass Effect, you'd be right, because Mass Effect writer Drew Capuchin is the writer for this game. So, hey, that guy left BioWare and is making another game. So, honestly, it's, even keel, coin flip on whether it will be a better Mass Effect sequel than whatever new Mass Effect game BioWare is working on, because I think all of the people still employed at BioWare have never worked on a Mass Effect. But yeah, that was an interesting one. The game didn't really figure out what the game is about, per se. There's some space stuff. There's some time dilation stuff. There's some weird, super tall, bald aliens who are gray. They have transforming robot minions. I think you're going to shoot guns. Space guns. But, it's look, decently at least AA. Could be fun. Need to see more. Let me see. Do they have a date block at the end of this? No. No, it's just it exists. God of War Ragnarok came out swinging with a free DLC next week. Valhalla. It's going to be their kind of roguelike mode. Cool to see that back. We were all very agita about this one, but House, the developers of Untitled Goose Game, announced a new game. Big Walk.
It looks like there's a lot of walking, but it's weird.
Yeah, you were weird cartoon people walking around just what looks like realistic, middle of nowhere Australia. But it looks like there's just fucking party games. You can stack on each other and do weird shit and just hang out. And I'm okay, that seems neat. We got our first look at a new game from Unseen Studios, founded by Ikumi Nakamura, formerly of Tango Gameworks, gone fully independent. So far, Kemuri, the very, very light trailer, which, by the way, is this CG concept trailer is so early. Nakamura said that she has not signed a publisher for this game yet, so we're real early.
I mean, I feel like she probably asked Jeff Keighley if she can go on and show off some shit, and Jeff Keighley was just we can slide you in there.
Yeah, you can come hang out. Because Nakamura sounds very very popular. She has a great stage presence, and has been in big pressers before. I think she helped announce Ghostwire at I think it was a Bethesda E3 one year, something like that. But yeah, it's a very early high concept trailer. I think somebody said it honestly best, and I say this as someone who actually did decently enjoy Ghostwire Tokyo. It does look like a more vibrant Ghostwire. Like, you've got, an urban, Tokyo type setting, and then we're just like fucking monsters, man. Demons in the school, Tom. The Ori studio, Team Moon, is releasing their isometric 3D action game. So apparently this is the transition for that. Next, Sega came out of fucking nowhere.
Oh yeah, they came out with like a 5-hit combo.
Yeah, the power bomb. They're just like, yeah, no. Not only are we releasing new games, we're gonna release a lot of new games. Actually, we're straight up announcing to you that we've got several of our major franchises in development. They explicitly said in the trailer and have confirmed later in press statements they're counting this as a new era of Sega. And we're talking like, where's the full? I got a list here. Let me wait for it to fill out. Yeah, so for sure they are working on new Jet Set Radio. This was actually like in the big leak that caught like the P3 remake, but they hadn't announced anything yet. But new Jet Set Radio, new Shinobi, new Golden Axe, new Streets of Rage, new Crazy Taxi, and more. Like, all these in development now. Like, that's crazy. They went big. And they went big without even like an individual game hype trailer. They were just like, nah, hey, we're Sega. You know our back catalog? We're going. Look at it. We got a proper name for what was previously Budokai Tenkaichi 4. That is now been officially named Dragon Ball Sparking 0. The exclamation point is after the Sparking. So this is the new, Bandai Namco Arena Fighter Dragon Ball game. It looks fucking slick. Like, these games have always done a really good job of like keeping that visual fidelity with like the anime. This looks good.
God.
What now? What fresh hell?
Sorry. While Omega is talking, I've been just checking Twitter for anything interesting, and aside from all the fucking Elfit clips, even PlayStation UK is getting on this shit.
Nice. PlayStation UK's got a great social media runner. Actually, very interesting enough, Dead by Daylight announced a spin-off game, Casting of Frank Stone. It's going to be a narrative game. Oh, and is it? Sorry, I'm looking on Polygon. Says it is going to be a single-player game.
Interesting. Really? It looked like it was going to be like looked like there might have been like 4 people with you running.
Maybe it is just from the perspective of the trapper, the killer there, and you got to like get 4 guys. But yeah, so they're expanding and getting more into story stuff, which is pretty interesting. I think that's decent for them. We talked about this a little last night when it happened, but Dead by Daylight actually has like the lore. Sorry, sneeze. But they actually have like lore and backstory and little notes going on like for all the different characters. So at least the original characters. I mean, I guess they have lore for the slasher movie classics, but it's different. So this is probably a good grip for them to like put out a different type of experience. We mentioned it earlier, but Square Enix announced a completely new Mana game, Visions of Mana, with its distinctive color palette and art style. I'm not a huge Mana guy, but I did play. Which one was the GBA one? Or one of the GBA ones, anyway. I don't remember. Was that Children? I think it was Children. But I played that decently as a kid and liked it. But I guess we'll see how it goes. Square usually does pretty decent work, and I am a JRPG guy, so it's not like I'm not biased. We got a release date for Rise of the Ronin from Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. Rise of the Ronin, it's going to come out March 22nd. It looks very slick. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff going on here. You want to get your Ronin on. There's swords, there's fire, there's multiple guns. They're both, where you can Sakamoto Ryoma this with like a revolver or just bust out your rifle. There's a lot of like fire and stuff effects. It looks pretty cool. So it looks like it's going to be a fun time. Very interested to see, exactly how this plays. Because, let's see. Polygon says it's a historical action game, but I still don't know for sure if it's pure action or if it's going to also have RPG elements. And, shocking nobody, Hideo Kojima appeared, possibly surprising people. He did appear out of the door from PT, as, I know people make fun of the fact that, like, Kojima gets to do whatever he wants. Some people say because Jeff Keighley wants to be his friend. I know it's because they're actually friends. Keighley was on Kojima's podcast. They're, that's like an actual thing, guys. Don't, it's not a joke. But I'm sure that, I don't know how that goes, but I feel like Kojima's like, hey, Jeff, can I do something weird? And Keighley's already like, let's see, I've got like 10 minutes, so whatever you can do in that time. And Kojima's probably like, okay. call the prop shop. I need you to build me a door. But so we have a official name, a formal announcement of the game he's working on with Xbox Studios, which has honestly been, been teased for years. Like, I'm fairly certain it was known even when he was working on Death Stranding that he was working on something in collaboration with Xbox as well.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, that was tentatively titled Overdose. The official announcement is OD, which does not stand for Oxygen Destroyer. I don't know if people were asking him about that, possibly in reference to the fact that a Godzilla movie just came out. So we got a trailer that is as cryptic as usual for a Kojima first look trailer. I understand nothing about this game other than it's got a couple of actors in it, and boy, are you going to see all their pores. Probably the big shocking thing was that, shocking for some people. I know Kojima doesn't collab with literally everybody he meets on Twitter, but he has tweeted recently about, and in the past, about meeting Jordan Peele. But Jordan Peele also came out of the door and is apparently part of this project, which is also interesting. That guy's got both a very good sense of humor and has produced some freakish movies, some freaky deaky films. So that'll be interesting to see them team up. Kojima is currently saying on stage that, like, it's a game, but also it's a movie, but also it's a new form of media. I mean, Death Stranding was cool and all, but when, like, Kojima asked the question of, are we already playing Death Stranding? No, we were not already playing Death Stranding when you released a trailer, Hideo. So we'll see how that actually shapes out, but it'll probably be weird. It's a Kojima game. And I guess I'll have to play it on fucking PC.
It depends on what kind of game it is, really.
I mean, yeah, no, if it's like Silent Hills, but like even more psychological, maybe not. But maybe I'll watch somebody else play it. But we'll see. Kojima's already gonna get my support when he releases Death Stranding 2. But yeah, I guess it was Xbox's turn on the Kojima, the reverse. Got a pretty big new one that's very surprising. What we're calling Jurassic Park Survival. Which is what it says, survival game in Jurassic Park. A full-blown game. A lot of people were apparently oh, what's it going to be, a mobile game or whatever? No. Full first-person game. I believe the developers behind it have said they were inspired by Alien Isolation. So, honestly, if that's what they're trying to hit, that is probably about the best result you could get for a game like this. Alien Isolation, but with dinosaurs, is probably going to be a good video game. They've already got the flares. And it looks like the scenario is going to be that you are going to be somebody who was left behind when we left the island after the movie, which is also very believable because Jurassic Park employed a fuck ton of people. Then we got the new trailer for Black Myth Wukong with a release date, talking about late summer, August 20th.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this trailer looks pretty good. It's got a very distinct art style. They got a lot of guys going on. It's going to be a pretty big action game. Got some stuff. Lucky was endangered that there was a trailer for a new Warframe update, Whispers in the Walls.
I'm going to out Aaron, too. Aaron was also like, Yeah. Listen, I do love Warframe, and I wish I could play it, but I can probably only play, one MMO at a time. Yeah. I am not one of those people who can do multiples. I can't.
I believe that Warframe and 14 were both on a meme. I talked about this, that are games that want to be my full-time job. But yeah, the trailer looked good. Looks like they're doing stuff. You were getting your mind blown a little by maybe some lore implications there.
Oh yeah.
So there's some stuff going on. And then honestly, a pretty standout one. But we got a voice actor who actually stepped up that he's working on a game studio, and he was our dripped out king talking about Kingdom Hearts and Golden Sun and stuff. Who made this game in response to dealing with his own personal grief about the death of his father, and so it involves some some life and death stuff. It's Tales of Kenzera Zao, and it looks like it's a 2D action game. There's some air dashing, some hacking and slashing and stuff. Actually looks quite interesting. Let me see. Did we get a sponsored by EA Originals, and also looks like they got a grant from they say with support from Ridley Scott Group and Critical Role, so I assume that was probably through the Critical Role Foundation, because Critical Role also has a giant charity arm, in case you didn't know. But yeah, it looks like they got some startup stuff. Do we have a... So you can pre-order... No, April 23, yes, we do have a date. Okay. So yeah, that one actually looks, pretty solid. The Life is Strange team announced a new game that is not necessarily in that universe, but is definitely by the people who made Life is Strange. Lost Records, Blue and Rage. It looks like we're kind of doing almost like a part 2 of It kind of a situation where these kids did something as teens in the 90s and now it's 20 years later and they're coming back. That's going to be late next year. Sorry, I'm just dramatically pausing and raising my eyebrow.
All right, I'm just looking at Ben Starr being fucking Ben Starr. Hang on. Okay. I'll share it.
Such a lad. And fucking Ping and Soken. What a boy. Let's see. Nexon announced a new action game with DNF Universe involved. First Berserker Kazan looks pretty wild. They got some heavy styling on this.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I was like, is this by Nexon, the DFO team? Really?
Yeah, no, they got a lot of money. Yeah, it looks like. Some people would say anime Dark Souls derisively. I do not. It looks like anime Dark Souls, which is also just Berserk, which is funny. But yeah, no, looks good, very fanciful. Next, we got the performance of Rebirth's theme song, "No Promises to Keep," with the trailer. Which is, as we said, was half a trailer. There was a real trailer, which we can probably just go ahead and start breaking on down. There's some wild shit in this trailer. The trailer starts with Zack, facing down all of the fucking Shinra army. Then it cuts to Bugenhagen talking probably about the cave of the Gi. We actually get Vincent from the front, and this is something I noticed in this trailer when they do a reverse shot later. You can see in Vincent's resting place, there's a fucking vending machine and a bench.
You can take a break there.
Yeah. Though also it's interesting to me that his initial weapon is he's actually got what looks like a normal automatic. He's not on his revolvers yet.
Listen, they got to be able to give him multiple guns.
It's true. But I find that interesting that they didn't start that way. I guess that's where we're going to go promoted to playable. Some very interesting story stuff happening where Zack talks to Biggs, and they show a wanted poster where everybody but Biggs has a big red X through their name. Then we show, Cloud walking around doing stuff, walking around, Gold Saucer. I think that might be Calm. Also walking around on top of the boat.
Yep.
So that looks like the boat section is actually going to be decently sized. 2, him walking around in what looks like the guts of Junon with squad members with him.
Yep.
Which I believe when you asked about that, I said that I think they had announced previously that there would be more in-depth mechanics with your squad for the parade. But yeah, they're actually showing off how that's going to work. Also, I've done a pause in the Gold Saucer area. I think it's the Chocobo Square, and I believe I see Madam M in this shot.
Did they all just come?
I guess they just fucking, the dawn's gone. We got to take a fucking vacation.
I think if they set up in Gold Saucer, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, also it's Madam M. She may just be there to bet on the Chocobo races.
That probably means that Chocobo Sam's involved with Chocobo racing.
Of course he is. He's Chocobo Sam. I would be shocked if he's not related to the rest of the Chocobo farming family. Chocobo Bill, Chocobo Billy.
That makes too much sense.
Though it's interesting, I do wonder, because on the one hand, that would be better if she was the character that we got back, but there was a different character who introduced Cloud to Chocobo racing. They have a great shot of the fucking haunted hotel from Gold Saucer. It looks sick. The ghosts are there. It looks like Coral Prison is going to be a whole area now in ruins.
Yep, they're definitely expanding.
Yes. Including they do a shot of the guy as a minor MP. We learned that his name is Solemn Gus. It's great.
He has gold grill, baby.
Yeah. No, they amped him up for this. We get to actually see Dio speak. Also, we got fucking they showed him in the music trailer, but also full-blown Sid reveal. Sid's here. He's a man. He is definitely not playable, it seems like, yet. He doesn't even have a spear. But and this is, I think, the most interesting thing. From what they've said from other follow-up press releases, we're basically completely changing how Sid gets in the story. I don't know if that means we're, cutting Rocket Town out entirely. Because, other than Sid, for later shit, Rocket Town is very important. But for the shit we're covering in Rebirth, other than getting us to Sid and the little Bronco, Rocket Town is not important at all. And what they're doing is they say that Sid is a former Shinra pilot who now is basically an air taxi service. He sets up at abandoned airstrips and ferries people around in his tiny Bronco. So it sounds like Sid is going to be one of your fast travel options. And he's going to, move us around. It sounds like they've quite significantly changed his character, at least how he was presented in the original, the English version. Where honestly, when you first met him, Sid's kind of a Shinra shill. Like he's excited that Shinra's going to come back and fire up that rocket so he can go to space. It's only when they reveal that they don't give a shit about going to space and they're only after Sephiroth that he's like, man, this shit sucks. They tried to steal my plane. Now it sounds like he is actively against Shinra. They don't own the sky type shit. Which, honestly, probably better. Probably for the better for Sid. I think we've talked about this, but, like, Sid's kind of a rough character to come in out of nowhere these days, because, like, he's, like, super aggro to Shara. He... at least in the initial response, you learn, like, why they have that relationship later, but, like, it's kind of an odd come-off. He's, obviously very foul-mouthed in the English version. He still better tell somebody to sit down and drink their goddamn tea, or I will be mad. But, like, this is probably, like, a better vibe. But then in the trailer, they straight up showed 3 new summons. We've got Titten confirmed.
Titten!
Big Rocky Boy, Phoenix, and what is being called Bahamut Arisen. It's red, so I assume it's probably taking the place of Neo Bahamut, but yeah.
I'm going to assume. I don't know if Bahamut Zero is probably not going to be till the 3rd game. For reasons. The Bahamut each game. Let's go!
That sounds solid. And then the trailer part ends on some heavy-hitting stuff. We get to see Dine talking to Barrett about Marlene, and then Marlene talking to Zack, where apparently Cloud and Aerith are unconscious in Aerith's house, that if Aerith wakes up, the bad man's gonna kill her. So, like, I think I'm starting to pick up how this timeline split shit is working. But yeah, no, and then the actual song kicks in. Aerith sings a number at the Gold Saucer Theater, but also Jessie is in the background dancers here. Also looks like they expanded the play. Not only is Cloud and Aerith involved as the Princess of the Night, but Barrett is the evil king, and Red 13 is there dyed black.
I hope they let us keep those costumes.
I think they did say that we would be able to do some costume stuff, so yeah, I hope so. Shout out to everybody for getting so into it, too. But, we've seen some screenshots of the different Gold Saucer dates. Like I said, this is where we got to see Sid taking off from an airstrip, which, like I said, I think looks like it's at the Temple of the Ancients. Everybody's hanging out. And then the trailer ends with, the fucking money shot, Aerith praying at the Temple of the Ancients, and there's a single black feather. How dare you? But yeah, no, like, I don't know how they keep doing this, Lucky. Mm-hmm. Every time they release a trailer, I'm like, this is the wildest shit ever. I don't need to know anymore. Everything's fine. And then they're just like, hey, we've got 5 more things for you in this trailer. I'm like, what? How did you do this? I'm going to be fucking shocked when whatever I find in the demo that I'm sure is coming out in about a month. We also talked about earlier, there is a official collab with Apex Legends. Just for pure funny, Skull and Bones may actually come out for real February 16th. It will have a beta this month. It may actually exist. Like I said, if it's a Ubisoft game, so if it ends up on PS Plus, I'll play it. Otherwise, probably not. But that game has had a wild history. And then this was actually a very interesting one that I didn't think about originally. But we got a new Marvel game announcement out of nowhere. Arcane stepped up and announced they are making a Blade game.
Yeah.
And I think the interesting thing about this is, like, rewatching the trailer. Somebody pointed this out, and I'm rewatching the tail end of the trailer now to catch it. But yeah, it just says now in development. There's just the Bethesda and the Arcane logo on this. There's no Xbox logo. Like, at least at this time, they are not billing it as an Xbox exclusive. So,
True.
Like, we'll have to see how that shakes out. I'm wondering if maybe that was some push from Marvel, because like I know that obviously Spider-Man is PlayStation exclusive because Sony still has like partial rights to that. Like they have still negotiated that character stuff, and so work that out with Marvel Studios. But I'm wondering if maybe like is Marvel even bigger of a 100-pound gorilla or 1,000-pound gorilla in the room than Xbox is, or do we just not want to lean on anything? Because, like, I mean, I said this. There was a pre-show trailer about just a new trailer for, P3. And similarly, the Refantazio trailer was also marked with Xbox markings, even though we all know it's coming to other platforms. Like, this is my, like, pet peeve gripe is how Xbox keeps slapping their logos all over everything, even though it's not exclusive at all. that makes me feel like Xbox would have said that Blade was exclusive. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. They're still just saying that it's going to be like. Let me see. Does this trailer have a window at the end? Because no, it doesn't. It's just they're saying to coincide with Blade's 50th anniversary. Also, hey, by the way, it's Blade's 50th anniversary.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, comics, man. Got a very interesting trailer for Tencent's Lightspeed LA studio, which that Polygon.com is saying Tencent's Lightspeed LA studio, so I think that sounds like they're fully owned. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But the Last Sentinel trailer looked pretty good. It definitely looks like a lot of like 80s anime type stuff. There's, RoboCops, RoboMoms, Tory Gates. I mean, I'm looking at these cops again, and I'm like, once again, this is very Pat Labor or just Shiro Masamune in general, Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed and stuff. Like, I mean, it looks like my kind of vibe. I guess we'll see how it shakes out, because this is just a story trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a concept, but probably be cool. Let's see. Do you have no window at all? Okay. Let's see. New trailer for Zenless Zone Zero. We mentioned this earlier. Trailer looking slick. Like I said, I feel like HoYoverse steps up their production values every new game. Like, they're actually iterating. But let me see. Yeah, they just confirmed it's still coming in 2024. Something that you and I should probably be hyped about, though it was a little bit of a low one. But the developer 10 Chambers, which is a studio behind GTFO, which I believe is going to have that free weekend this weekend. But also that the head of that studio was one of the big guys behind Payday 1 and 2. They've announced a new game called Den of Wolves, which is a techno-thriller cooperative heist game. So it's Cyberpunk Payday.
Yes, the free is happening right now, so I'm actually going to install it right now before I forget.
Okay, so let me... I'm not gonna get to that tonight because it's almost midnight, but I can install that on one machine and I can render the episode on another machine because I still have two separate PC towers. So I will do that as well, and maybe we can poke that. But yeah, so 10 Chambers, like I said, they announced a new game that is. They did not say explicitly it's going to be Cyberpunk Payday because that guy no longer is at the Payday studio, but it sounds like it's going to be Cyberpunk Payday, which sounds cool. So Sean Murray came up on stage and said some stuff that maybe he shouldn't have said, but he announced a new game, Light No Fire. And he was just like, yeah, we're just gonna recreate the Earth, man.
Listen, he's been taking it on the chin on Twitter. It's a little hilarious.
No, I love that tweet where like somebody did the meme of like being like, all right, Sean, go up, announce what, our new game is, show him some footage. Don't overpromise. And they're like, I'm creating the Earth. And he quote tweeted that saying, fuck. Like, yeah, he knows what's up. But no, I mean, visually it looks slick. Like, if this is all actually kind of like some fun shared world stuff, like a seamless open world, that could be cool. We got as we said, we got the Final Fantasy 16 DLC trailer, season pass unveiling, Echoes of the Fallen out now. That's a shorter one, about 3 hours. And the ultimate premise of that one, as seen in the trailer, seems to be you got to fight Omega Weapon, which is cool. And that DLC takes place just before the final battle. So that's going to be pretty cool. But the second one, Rising Tide, is explicitly the Leviathan DLC. Like, they straight up showed gameplay footage of Clive with Leviathan. He's got the noodly boy. I'm so fucking hyped for that one. I felt so bad that we missed out on Leviathan in-game, and I'm hoping that it adds a lot to get a new one in there. And it looks like there's gonna be a fucking Leviathan icon fight, so...
Yeah, it's gonna be a big boy!
He is a big noodle. But yeah,
I remember they do a big fucking flood, and Ifrit's so small.
Yeah, he does his signature tidal wave, and Ifrit is so tiny. But yeah, no, it's solid. I mean, and shadow dropping that first DLC like out of nowhere is wild. But yeah, so season pass out now and there. And then, there were technically two last announcements, but I want to talk about the other one separately a little. The big finale was Capcom revealed Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter 6, because there's a 6-headed noodly boy on it.
Noodle.
Which this was very funny because earlier in the show, right, we got a lot of people in the VC. The topic of Monster Hunter came up, and we started speculating. It was like, is there time for a new Monster Hunter announcement?
I don't remember why we started talking about it, but we thought there wasn't going to be a new Monster Hunter because they announced Dragon Dogma 2, and we thought that everyone was working on that.
But yeah, so like we kind of talked ourselves out of it, and then what does Capcom do? They roll up to bat, and they're just like, and everybody in chat is, in our VC is going, is this Monster Hunter? This kind of looks like Monster Hunter. Is this gonna be Monster Hunter? Son of a bitch, it's Monster Hunter. Like, and looking pretty good. They seem like they're going like big open world, seamless borders type shit. You're just cruising on your all-terrain lizard bird friend. I love this guy already, by the way. Like I'm watching the trailer again. The transition he's got from like 2-leg mode to like 4-leg go faster mode. It's good.
Yep. Even got the little flight mode.
Yes, looks like you can glide. People have also pointed out that it looks like your buddy mount is carrying like extra weapons on his body, so possibly able to like switch weapons in the field, which is apparently a first for Monster Hunter.
I mean, like, I've also seen people like pointing out things like on the person's body, like other tools and stuff from like other games. So it's just like I feel like with every Monster Hunter, we just start clipping more shit onto our belts and to our sides. Mm-hmm. And like I'm for it. Like, I talked about this in the VC we were talking about, but I never got into Rise because it initially came out on the Switch, and I wasn't necessarily about that, and I was still playing World at the time, but. With this new one gonna be, I believe they said it's gonna I think they put it on like next gen consoles. It's like, no, I gotta see this shit. I'm gonna play this shit. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it looks like they're going, because I mean, and if again, I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy, but the way I said this last night was like, actually no, I said this earlier because some people were like, oh, Monster Hunter's a niche game, and I'm like, it is not. I saw that. I literally saw some YouTube comments about some of that earlier on some stuff, but like. I feel like every Twitter artist I follow is into Monster Hunter. That's not necessarily true, but a lot of them are. So I understand some of the discourse. If the way I understand it, that this one is like Monster Hunter 6, basically, and then World was 5, like was supposed to be the 5th mainline one, it does kind of sound like Rise was a little bit of a divergence then, if we're counting that way.
Yeah, no, Monster Hunter originally started hard on the PSP, but it went into this thing where like its big releases were on major consoles, and they have a lot of side games on handheld consoles. Like, I fucking have Generations and 4 Ultimate for the 3DS. Like, if you actually go by every single like Monster Hunter title, like I think before the Switch there'd be like 1 or 2 on like whatever handheld console they had. Like, I don't know off the top of my head. Like I said, I like Monster Hunter. I do enjoy it, but like I said, I don't have the games
you're not
locked down in my
Yeah. But yeah, so like that makes sense then, that Rise was like, a side project then. So that's solid. But yeah, no, this looks, big and great, and you've got until 2025, everybody. That was our one of our big 2025 announcements. So that's, solid. So yeah, no, that's like that was I think a big stunner for the night. Like I said, we in our VC literally talked ourselves out of there being a Monster Hunter announcement. Because a lot of people pre Dragon's Dogma 2, which was also like completely unexpected but very welcome. Before that got announced, a lot of people were assuming it would be a Monster Hunter, but like it's a solid title, and I didn't get into Monster Hunter last round. I'm pretty sure World is on like best of PS4 on the PS5 collection. I should make sure that's in my library, but a lot of people have moved on, obviously. But, I could see jumping in a new game with friends. We got a lot of friends. Speaking of playing games with friends, though, the one announcement that was before that one was the Embark Studio, formerly made up of a lot of developers at DICE, who did Battlefront, announced that their new game, The Finals, is actually out.
Yeah, 1.0.
Yeah, 1.0. It dropped on Steam and on consoles, at least on PlayStation. I don't actually know for sure, but the trailers from PS5 games. But that did actually launch last night, and I wanted to put this after Monster Hunter because I actually played the game a little bit today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, in between writing show notes and farming, I did actually like download it last night and played a few rounds today. Because I was kind of curious because, like a lot of things, I saw Rubik's and his boys jam out in a YouTube video when it was in beta. Made it look pretty interesting. And I want to say, you can definitely tell this was done by ex-Battlefield guys. The terrain destruction and stuff is probably some of the best I've seen in a shooter in a while. Like, you can go absolutely hog wild. I remember first ever game I'm playing of this, right? Just completed the tutorial, ate my fried chicken. I'm jamming it up. I run up some stairs, encounter a baddie. I threw an incendiary grenade at him. The grenade explodes, sets that guy on fire, destroys the end of the staircase I'm on. So the staircase drops, dropping me away from that enemy who died in the fire. And I'm just like, it took me a second to figure out that's what happened. But I was just like, wild. As far as I can tell, at least in the basic bitch quick game modes you can get into right out the gate, there is no fall damage. So you can do some crazy stuff. You can blow up almost anything. I don't know a lot about extraction shooters, and I won't say it's really like that, but it is kind of, the default game modes are kind of in that vein. The way the basic, quick play game mode seems to work is you go to a spot that spawns a cache box, you then transport the cache box to a different spot where you wait for it to, capture the point. While you're waiting, other enemy teams can come in and capture the point and stuff. But with this terrain destruction, right, you might get this point, it's like, on the 5th story of some building, it might be in a box fucking suspended in the middle of the air. Well, if you blow up the floor, the point drops to the ground. So you can move the objective points. All kinds of other crazy stuff. You got a decent amount of gadgets to start. It is a completely free-to-play game, and there is like a battle pass and a premium currency and stuff. Mostly it seems like the premium currency is in like cosmetics, because of course it is. One thing I will say that's a little weird that I didn't realize at first, but your like abilities and gadgets and weapons are divided by what build of character you play. Your character class is if you're playing a light, medium, or heavy build. So if you're a light build, then you can access submachine gun sniper rifles and like throwing knives. If you're medium, it's like assault rifles and shotguns and stuff. If you're a big boy, that's how you get access to, I think their starting weapon is like an M60 machine gun. And also how you get access to the flamethrower. Apparently people from the beta were able to carry over their progress, and there is crossplay, so like I did get beat up a couple of times by like some guys with some flamethrowers in like literally my first game ever when I don't have enough currency to buy one myself, kind of a thing. But honestly, I played 3 full games, and actually no, I played 4 full games, won 3 of them. So like considering it was I was playing with randos in 3v3v3, which is like I said their default quick mode. Honestly, it plays pretty good. I have some like some minor grips and gripes about like the way damage feels. Like I've tried mostly medium build stuff, and I've tried both like the lever action Winchester and your default assault rifles, the AKM. They feel a little low damage. Like even if firing at like head level, there are some times where I'm like, I've dumped my entire mag into this guy. How is he still alive? I don't know if that's just be the way the game be kind of a thing. But all in all, like for just get up and go, it seems pretty fun, and they got a lot of like wacky wild stuff going on. Goo grenades are unlocked from the start, so you can make your own walls and shit. So it's pretty interesting, and it's free to play and has crossplay. So if anybody else wants to join me in any of those reps, I'll do it. Seems fun. Probably can't commit to playing a fuck ton though, because I have so many other things to play and they keep adding more.
Yeah. The only reason I'm playing GTFO is because it's going to be a free week, and I'm like, all right, after that, I'm probably going to be done.
Yeah, I mean,
I will see what is up, and I'll be out of here.
I'm interested in it, and I want to play it with friends, like knowing that you're going to get the free weekend. I'm like, okay, that's the time to do it then. But otherwise, I would like, yeah, no, I got other shit to do. I need to, oh gosh, I got to think about my priorities. My priority is still to finish Phantom Liberty. I've been working on that, doing a couple quests back and forth, getting into some new shit, exploring 2.1. And then it's like, I mean, it's short, so yeah, it probably is do Echoes of the Fallen next, then get back to either Armored Core or Sea of Stars. And probably jam that until February-ish, and then I have to see where I'm at with my backlog to see if I want to jump into Persona 3, because I have to, like, am I gonna beat P3 before FF7? Well, I'll have to see. I got a couple months to figure it out, because, like, my pre-order's already in for Rebirth. Like, when that comes, that's it. That's 0 day. We're going. I'm definitely not waiting for the internet to fucking hit me with shit, So I'll have to figure it out. But God, so many games. That February to March block is fucking stuffed. But yeah, that's all the Game Awards stuff I had, and like I said, that little dip in on the finals. Got to use some first-hand knowledge on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything out of there. Chad, have I forgotten anything FGO related? Other than the fact that like it's like an hour past daily reset, so it's how we move on to new nodes. I'm gonna say that it seems like not. So yeah, we should probably get on out of here because I do gotta edit this together, stitch it up. So, Lucky, any final thoughts you want to slam a gem out there about the Game Awards or anything?
No, I got nothing.
Oh,
I think I've got everything.
though I almost forgot. Speaking of my backlog,
Oh,
today I got a package from some lunatic who sent me an early Christmas present. And now I have more books. I have officially started the pile of shame on my bedside table.
Oh, don't you worry. I got a pile of shame. What? How many? Because I did this too. I actually cleared off my fucking my bedside table, and I put all the books I haven't read on it. And I got. Let's see here.
I'm only 3 deep, but that's because I haven't.
7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 books. They're all light novels, so I can literally read most of them in 2 hours if I really wanted to. But my god,
I'm only 3 deep, but that's because I have not purchased 2 or 3 books I need to read. Like I haven't bought the new Aeronauts Windless sequel and stuff. Like I know what's up. So, but I'll be able to chew through some of them. Though I was quite surprised. Oh gosh, I forget the name now that I'm looking at it. They're both long, but The Tale of a Two something, the newer one.
Tale of Two Pasts.
Two Pasts, yeah. Okay, I'm like it's Tale of Two something Pasts. I was actually kind of surprised. That's like a full hardcover treatment.
Yeah.
The kids are all right as like a soft cover, not quite light novel size, but not super big either. But yeah, no, they gave Tale of Two Pasts the full hardcover. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I was just thinking about it. I was like, man. Omega's really into Final Fantasy VII. He needs more Final Fantasy VII in his life.
Yeah, and now I gotta do my dance. I mean, I already had to because, like I said, I have more books to purchase, but I gotta do a dance with my fucking bookshelves. They're already pretty stacked. I'll figure it out. That's a me problem. But yes, that was me asking Lucky if he had anything to add. Reminded me that was a thing I was gonna mention. Okay, all right. Sounds like we're getting on out of here.
Let's move it.
Also, I guess second pro tip at the end of the show, don't forget to log in every day for your advent calendar, because it's like 2 million QP today, for instance. I think it was one summon ticket on the day Christmas actually started, the good shit. Okay. All right. Hey, if you're watching this video on YouTube, like it. Press the like button, or I'll find you, just like Jeff Keighley found the Bill Clinton kid. Also, leave your comments below in the comments section. You can also join our Discord, link in the video description and on the channel page as always, if you want to hang out in VCs and yell about the Game Awards and other stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to get more delicious content.
Delicious.
And also consider ringing the bell to know we're always when we post a new video when we stream, such as we're planning on streaming a decent chunk, an amount of Alan Wake 2 soon for realsies this time.
Yeah, I've been slipping.
Listen, I know you got jazzed watching win all those awards, seeing all those insert shots. I'm a little jazzed too. I'll be bad to get back into it. But yeah, so make sure you're subbed and bell rung to figure out when that stuff happens. You can also join our channel memberships for access to membership badges and emotes. And like I said at the front of the show, you can support us on Patreon to get access to episodes early. Little as $1 a month or approximately $10 a year. It is almost the end of the year. Might be a perfect time for you to rack up a annual membership.
Let's go.
Anyway, that's everything I got. We'll see you guys next time.
Next time. Have a good night, everyone.